U.S. President Donald Trump's decision to assassinate General Qasem Soleimani, the head of Iran's Quds Force, has set off a chain of consequences. One of the first was on the unfinished war against jihadists. Almost immediately the US-led coalition fighting the Islamic State group suspended operations in Iraq. The US and their allies announced that their main job was now defending themselves. From a military point of view, probably they had no choice. Iran and the militias it sponsors here in Iraq have sworn vengeance for the killings caused by the missile fired by a US drone at Soleimani's vehicle as it left Baghdad airport on Friday. That puts US forces in Iraq, and those from Western allies working alongside them, squarely in the firing line. It is also very good for IS, and will speed up its recovery from the blows it took when its caliphate was smashed. It is also good news for the extremists that the Iraqi parliament passed a motion demanding an immediate American withdrawal from the entire country. IS has been grimly resilient over many years. It regenerated itself from the ruins of an earlier group, Al-Qaeda in Iraq. A big military operation in 2016 and 2017 was needed to end its control of territory straddling Iraq and Syria. Many jihadist fighters ended up dead or in prison. But that did not kill the organization. It is still active in its old stamping grounds in Iraq and Syria, mounting ambushes, extorting funds, and ending more lives. The Iraqi state has effective elite army and police units, mainly trained by the Americans and European allies who joined the fight against IS. Since Soleimani's assassination, the US has suspended training as well as operations. So have Denmark and Germany. The Germans are pulling military trainers out to Jordan and Kuwait. Iraqi forces take most of the risks on the ground in operations against IS. But as well as training, they have relied on vital logistical help from US forces, who are now hunkering down in their bases. IS militants have something else to celebrate. When Mr. Trump decided to kill Soleimani, they were gifted the spectacle of one of their enemies, the US president, assassinating another. In 2014, the jihadists went on the offensive, seizing broad swathes of Iraq, including Mosul, the country's second city. The leading Shia cleric in Iraq, Grand Ayatollah Ali al-Sistani, issued a call to arms to fight the Sunni extremists. Young Shia men volunteered in their thousands, and Soleimani and his Quds Force were a big part of their transformation into armed units. The militias were ruthless, often brutal foes of IS,